Yeah.
Yo, we are back on our Kenny Rogers journey. You already know what time it is when we bumping that Kenny Rogers.
Kenny
This
guy, he's
one's
a ladies man.
he is a ladies' man. That's Kenny is for real. Like he's one of the OGs in that alley. Um, I feel like who would be in the country world? Who would be the new Kenny Rogers? Like who's doing it like this? Like who's putting the
I know it ain't Post
that
Malone.
player vibe? Shout out to the homie Post. Why you doing that? Um, uh, who's the person that's in that country world that's like this currently? Like who kind of filled the void as a young artist in there? Because I can kind of take some of the dudes and I see like
Morgan Wallen.
You feel that?
Well, I
You
don't
think
know,
that?
but I don't know, but I saw just as many girls post about Morgan Wallen the other day as I would have when if Drake was in town. So, like everybody I
Possibly.
know, rap,
Possibly that might have been more on
country.
your page.
It was.
That might have been more on your page. I know some people who went. I know a good bit of people who went. Um, I'm wondering, is that who it is? Like, is
I
that
don't know.
who took that? Like, I don't know because I don't actually know really any of his music. I heard like one song of his, and that was the one I kept telling you about that Grayson should sound like when I was like, oh, I had heard it on the radio, and I was like, Grayson should sing like that. Kenny Rogers, like, yeah, who's the new Kenny Rogers if y'all have one? Because we've seen some people even have like different sounds. Like if you take what's that kid that Colt, what's the Colt Waller?
Walter Wall.
He kind of sounds like Cash,
Yeah.
like that type of vibe with that eerie voice. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like I wonder who's like taken from a Kenny Rogers style. Lucille, that's what we're about to get into. Lucille,
Let's see what he.
you already know it's somebody. You know how your grandma be. She won't say who she messing with. It be them names, them Lucille. Ain't no young Lucille's. That's an old school name, Lucille. You know Edith. You know what I'm saying? Like he was messing with the old school with the grandmas. That's what time it is with Big Kenny. Let's see, Lucille.
In a bar in Toledo, across from the depot, on a bar stool she took off her ring. I thought I'd get closer, so I walked on over. I sat down and asked her her name. When the drinks finally hit her, she said, I'm no quitter, but I finally quit living on dreams. I'm hungry for laughter, and here ever after, I'm after whatever the other life brings. In the mirror I saw him, and I closely watched him. I thought how he looked out of place. He came to the woman who sat there beside me. He had a strange look on his face. The big hands were calloused. He looked like a mountain. For a minute I thought I was dead. But he started shaking. His big heart was breaking. He turned to the woman and said, You picked a fine time to leave me, Lucille, with 4 hungry children and a crop in the field. I've had some bad times, lived through some sad times, but this time your hurting won't heal. You picked a fine time to leave me, Lucille. After he left us, I ordered more whiskey. I thought how she'd made him look small. From the lights of the bar room to a rented hotel room, we walked without talking at all. She was a beauty, but when she came to me, she must have thought I'd lost my mind. I couldn't hold her, 'cause the words that he told her kept coming back time after time. You picked a fine time to leave me, Lucille, with 4 hungry children and a crop in the field. I've had some bad times, lived through some sad times, but this time your hurting won't heal. You picked a fine time to leave me, Lucille. You picked a fine time to leave me, Lucille, with 4 hungry children and a crop in the field. I've had some bad times, lived through some sad times, but this time your hurting won't heal. You picked a fine time to leave me, Lucille.
Is that one based on true?
That's what I was thinking. He said, I was looking at the whole breakdown of it. Said a man who meets a crying married woman in a bar when her husband unexpectedly arrives. He scorns her for leaving him with 4 hungry children and a crop in the field. Though she and the narrator leave for a hotel room, the husband's haunting words cause the narrator to experience a sudden crisis of conscience, leaving him unable to be with her. I don't believe the last part though, but because you already invested. When you already invested, once you holler at, like, cause he's seen her with the ring, then she pulled off the ring, and then he went over there, and then he was buying all the drinks. He stayed through the dude talking to her. Then the dude left. He decided to still buy more drinks and then take her to a hotel. And then he's saying he decided to. We know how Kenny was living. Like, it's crazy because they don't say Kenny, and like, if I write this song, it's gonna say my name. And here it says the narrator. Nah.
And then you got Dolly's take on Jolene, which is a different take. You know what I mean?
That's crazy how those two are written like that. When we, like, I've never written it. The crazy thing is we've of course written songs that's like playist stuff, but like, I never really thought of it like from that angle of like the actual situation happening in front of you between them, and then still deciding to holler at her.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever been in that space. Like,
where you holler
knowing the situation. I never knew any of my situations that I had in the past until they actually, till like after the situation. I've never been like, yo, this is his girl, I'm a holler. That's crazy work.
Yeah,
like he actually.
You didn't watch the sports ever, did you?
Which?
The Bronco game?
I didn't know though. I didn't know until after. Remember, I told you the whole spill with that.
We ain't judging nothing.
But yeah, so then Kenny took the cake because Kenny said that he seen the ring come off her hand. Then he seen the dude in the club say whatever he had to say, and then he still bought more drinks and still left. That's reckless, yo. That's like pure, like, I don't care.
He is savage.
That's savage of the highest, like.
He didn't say line
knowingly.
Like this one. He said he probably wrote this one.
It says, hold on, let me, it says. Oh no, it tried, because I looked below and it said real life inspiration. So I was thinking, but then it says the only thing that says you picked a fine time to leave me, Lucille, was inspired by a real comic co-writer Hal Bynum said to his wife when she was preparing for a trip during a rocky period in their marriage. Bynum and co-writer Roger bowling expanded the sentiment into a Barham drama. The story was also, yeah, whatever. But shout out to Kenny Rogers. I like it. I've never heard it written like that, but that's dope. That's savage.
Let's go.